an important thing to keep in mind, I think, that if you go on a service call and you see a disconnect that's causing issues, you want to note that right away. We probably should be friends with electricians that give good pricing. That way we can get these things addressed much quicker and in a safer manner. I've learned that recently because I went to work on a condenser, and obviously you got to shut it off and shut it on. Leave the call for cooling on inside, but shut the condenser off when you're doing adjustments that you having to do with electrical or whatever it is that you're doing. This, it had a TXV that was adjustable in the air handler because they have an undersized return and they have an oversized equipment and all kinds of other stuff. So I put a Danfoss adjustable TXV. I made the adjustments to meet the airflow that we had, and because we can't sell them a new unit when they just had that unit for 2 years and it's never ran because somebody else installed it. But that's a whole another story. It's a whole another story. But in this case, this is a sorry about the hair. It's like my brain's always frying. Very important. So I told them, hey, this disconnect, and I'll show some pictures of this in a little bit. This disconnect is making some really bad noises, like a smell, like a burning smell almost sometimes, like a plasticky. But I couldn't see nothing on the face of it, but I had a feeling about it, and I had amp draws on the compressor were good, nothing crazy, everything was chilling. And I let the customer know, hey, you need to get an electrician to come out here and replace this guy because there's something going on in there. It's not an electrician. I don't know about these disconnects, how they function when they malfunction, and that's something that an electrician that does service will see more often than us, obviously. Anyways, customer seemed to not really take it serious. They're like, oh yeah, we whatever. They had an electrician. They know an electrician, so I was really suggesting them to get the electrician to come out here and do this thing. Anyways, needless to say, the disconnect turned black. She said turn black. Now I didn't turn black. The back of it blew out, and something I've never seen before, and it melted the metal, and it melted it onto the brick. Luckily, it was a brick wall, and it could have burned down the house, but they didn't want to listen. I didn't make it seem as serious as I should, or I'm not sure how to approach this, but I might have to get more urgent when I explain to customers that some of these things are very serious. We can't force them to do these things, but maybe this will help. Maybe these pictures will help me notify or convince another customer, like, hey, if I'm telling you there's something on in there, it's not because I want to make money. It's because the electrician needs to come out here and look at this. We're HVAC, so we technically cannot touch the disconnect. Okay, we can change the whip down, but we're really not supposed to change that guy. I know a lot of people like to do that, and maybe one of those things that you may take a risk in just doing because it's, I don't know, the right thing to do, or what makes more sense, because we know better. We know things that can happen, and when are we gonna get an electrician out here? I don't know. Anyways, I'll show you some pictures, and I replaced it with the square D. I don't know if the old one was a square D. I can't remember exactly, but it was a really, really old one. So it'd been used, it'd been cycled. Somebody had already replaced this equipment maybe about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. So even the equipment wasn't that old. So look at the pictures and judge it by yourself. See what you think. Well, now that you saw the pictures, you tell me what you think. See if maybe you have a good, maybe you could put a comment and kind of throw some pointers out there for me. Uh, I'm starting a small business, and it's not something that one of these things I would be like, hey, let me call the office and see what they say. But I had a return, and we went and back, and we got an electrician out there, and we got to see what really happened here. And it was a pretty a good eye opener. So Anyways, thanks guys. I hope you guys enjoy some of this stuff, and it's just for kicks. It's not, it's just maybe you guys can share some information with me. All right. Thank you. Have a good day, and thank you for your time.